know this story. I don't know how many of the people watching know this story. Can you tell us how you got the Todd Is God line?
Absolutely. There was a guy named Paul Mellis, who we called Sign Guy, who eventually Sign Guy Dudley was there to anti-Sign Guy. But this is the fan in the front row who used to come in and buy, tickets for every show. He'd buy, 4 at a time, 5 at a time, ahead of time. He was our biggest fan. He had signs for everything and everyone, and he knew things that I don't know how he knew.
He was psychic.
No.
He knew when people were going to turn. He knew all the angles. I'm with you. I don't know how he was he knew a stooge or something.
The one that freaked me out was when we had Rick Rude come in and nobody in the dressing room knew he was there. And this guy's holding up a sign that says, "Hey, Rude, don't work me." What?
That's so great.
So one of the signs he held up was Todd Is God early on. And whenever I would come out and make an announcement or say, this guy's going to fight, whatever the match is going to make for next month or whatever, they'd all start chanting Todd Is God.
Yeah.
So that audience had a chant for everyone, believe me. Francine knows what her chant was, but everybody had their own chant.
I had a couple. I mean, I think everybody knows what they are, but
yeah. But I'm just saying that from Hack Myers all the way up and down. To the guy who came out and mopped the floor, what they called Mop Guy. I mean, that crowd was amazing. We had this great symbiotic relationship with them. They were part of the show, we were part of the show, and we just fed off of each other. But yeah, that's where Todd As God came from.
Okay, so I know that, but there's another Todd As God story. Did you talk about that in the book?
I think I might have, because since that happened, since that era, since that time.
That's the one I was really referring to. I know how you got the name.
Okay, well, since the time of this incident, over the years, these 25 years, I've seen New Jack, I've seen Sandman tell this story about how they were there when this happened, and in this bizarre, and they would have no idea Sandman was snorting off the girl's rear end. And I mean, none of these people were there. None of them. It was just me and Scorpio. And Scorp thinks the funniest thing too in the world. New Jack's like, yeah, I came in. Would you have a key to our room? What do you mean you came in? And they were all naked over there. I said, who let you in? He's like, it didn't happen. It was an insane story.
So you're saying you and this lovely lady were by yourselves?
No, Scorpio.
Oh, and Scorp.
Yeah, Scorp, right.
Okay. But they're saying
that they were there too.
Now, who was more screwed up that night? Like, who was more effed up? Was it you? Like, because you talk about drug use back in the day. Somebody had forgotten somebody else was in the room?
Listen, Shane believed he was in the room when Eddie Gilbert got fired.
All right.
I mean, we could go over that all day long again.
He said he was in the booking room. There wasn't a booking room. What is he talking about?
Well, maybe they called that room the booking room because that's where you thought of stuff.
Happened in Paoli at Matt Radico's studio.
Paoli.
At Matt Radico's studios where it happened. So whatever Shane's thinking, whatever he's smoking, whatever, Hack and New Jack's the worst. He turned it into a whole, everybody was doing this and doing their own jacket.
Well, then how did the story get out? Did Scorpio tell everybody?
I think Scorpio told. I heard Scorpio tell it on a shoot once.
He's told him. I mean, listen, the four of us were, Scorp, Fonzie, Sam. So of course we would repeat the story. Basically, Sandman was probably the first one to find out, and then from there, over the years, he decided he was part of the story.
Are we telling this story so people know what the hell we're talking about?
We're talking about a girl that's Scorpio, who, if you don't know, has 3. And what? He does.
I don't know anything. I know what I hear.
Parts of Scorpio may or may not be grossly enlarged for those that may not know.
Okay.
In this case, no, it's as large as it appears in the mirror. Anyway. So he got a little crazy with the girl, and as he was using his member, he was screaming, "Say Todd Is God." Because it just seemed like a funny thing to do at the time. And finally she started yelling, Todd Is God, he's going to say it. He's screaming at her. She's screaming back, and people in the hallway may have heard it, whatever it was.
And what are you doing?
I was just laughing. I thought it was very funny.
See, all these years, I thought you were banging the girl and she was screaming, Todd Is God.
Well, she became what we called the pony. It's a whole long dog and pony story, a la Raven, which is way too much for now. But I'm just saying, yeah. No, it was just, yeah, it was a fan. It was not a fan. It was a rat. It wasn't a rat. It was submissive. Maybe she was submissive. I don't know.
Wow.
But Francine fell in love with her eventually.
Oh.
And took her home to Mama. Which made Scorpio and I even more hysterical.
But then they broke up a little while after that, right?
Yeah.
It didn't work out.
He got sober one morning and was like, Mama, what'd I do?
I can't.
Cut it up.
Oh my God, I can't. What?
You having fun yet?
Hey,
I love it.
We got a comment from the Blue Meanie. Scorpio member has its own birth certificate.
Hey there, it is the Queen of Extreme Francine from ECW. Do you want to see more of me? Click over here to watch another video. Or click over here to listen to my podcast. And as always,